What's going on, my porcupines? This is Scarfinger and this is Scarcasm. We out here.
Yes, we are.
Chase is in the building.
What's up, guys?
And I am freezing fucking cold. I mean, I'm cold. I'm sitting here in my living room. I got my jacket on. I got on some fucking, sweatpants and some socks. Usually I record these shows in my drawers. Chase can never see it because I'm sitting here at my desk and, recently we record this while looking at each other. But Chase never knows that I'm in my drawers. But no, I got on sweatpants, socks. I got a jacket, zipped all the way up. For real. This is not a game. Because your boy's been sick. I got sick a couple of days ago. And it really messed me up. I went to sleep and I got a job for my artwork. And so the next day I was like, well, I don't know if it was the next day or the same day. I was like, well, I need to go pick up something from the art store. And then my girl was like, well, we need to get something from the store. So I decided to go to the store next to the art place. So I went to the art place and my stomach didn't feel right, but I was okay. But the longer we were in the store walking around, the worse I felt. So this is after work and all of this other stuff. So it's like 6 o'clock or whatever like that. And it just kept getting 5, 6 o'clock. It just kept getting worse. It just kept getting worse. And by the time I got home, I felt terrible. So I went to bed and it was 7. And then I woke up at 11 and I went to the bathroom and such, but I felt so bad. And then I was like, shit, I haven't done my painting of the day. So I did that. I woke up at 11 or something, did my painting of the day and went right back to damn sleep. And then I tried to go to work and I went to work and I was just out of it. I didn't go on no smoke breaks. They take smoke breaks every hour at my job. Especially when it's not busy, how it's been for the last couple of weeks. So I was just all over the place. I was freezing cold or I can be blazing hot. My temperature is all over the place. It was just bad. And at about 10, I had to be to work at 8 o'clock. At about 10, they were like, you want to just clock out and go home? Have you done all your morning stuff? You want to just clock out and go home? I was like, okay, I'll wait till 11. And then I'll just go head to the crib. So I came home yesterday. And I walked in the house and I took my clothes off. I went straight to bed and I didn't wake up until 5:45 or so.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't necessarily feel that much better. I felt a little bit better than I did. And then, I laid back down for a little bit after I got up and did a few things. I did my painting for the day because I was like, look, I'm up. I might as well do this fucking painting. So then I laid back down for a little bit and then I felt decently better at that point. So I went ahead and tried to get some things done. I tried to get some things watched. I ain't played nothing this week, nothing. Because most of my time this week has been spent in the bed or podcasting or, since Monday, it's been work, podcast, sleep. It hasn't been a whole lot of anything. Shit, I didn't get last week's show up until yesterday.
Yeah.
So all of this shit has just been fucking crazy. And then I find out, I think it was yesterday, after I wake up and stuff like that it was probably some sort of food poisoning. Because a few other people got sick and it was all from this one event that everybody attended except for me, but then they brought me food back.
Huh.
So it's probably some sort of food poisoning, possibly that salmonella stuff that's going around. So yeah, so I'm running at about 70% right now.
Got them salmonellas. Got them salmonellas.
Yeah. You keep fucking with them chickens, you gonna get salmonella. That is a Red Man skit on one of his albums. But yeah, man, so I haven't really done a whole lot other than just kind of chill out. I did my paintings for today, but I will say today, I think when this is done, I am going to record a video. Now I'm not sure how the shit gonna sound.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure at all how the shit gonna sound because like I said in the Discord, the biggest barrier to me recording is I'll be recording in the same room as my freezer, and my freezer is fucking loud. But yeah, I'm gonna try to record a video today, because the painting that I did for today, I didn't love it as much as I probably should have. And then like the little painting that I did with the leftover paint looked much better than what I actually did. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to do that. I'm going to make another painting kind of like how I did the smaller one, and I'm going to record a video on that. So it's going to be it's going to be my first venture into recording a video, but I think it's going to be kind of cool.
Cool.
Yeah. But that's pretty much my week. Like, seriously, I don't have much else to talk about other than being fucking sick and still trying to do paintings. And I got my first real art job to do for someone.
Cool. So, is that the one where you're sending like 4 or 5 different paintings?
Yeah, I had like two people, someone in the Discord was like, you don't really work a whole lot with red. So I was like, you know what? I'm doing a red painting. And then I was talking to my mama, and she loves my paintings. Like, she really does. Okay, so now my temperature is changing, and I'm taking off my jacket. I told you, it's like this all day, every day.
Are you taking off your pants and jacket?
No, sir. And I know what that is in reference to, and fuck you. But, wasn't it like an album title?
Yeah, it's Blink-182.
Yeah, I thought so. So
I didn't really like the album, but the name was, yeah, I liked it. I like the name.
They do have a couple of hits though. Blink-182 got a couple of hits.
Some of their earlier ones. I mean, that sounds pretentious, but fuck it, man. Sometimes bands' earlier stuff is better. But yeah, like Damn It and like What's Your Age Again, like all that stuff was just, it's at the right time. Like, sometimes music is like, it's for you at a certain age, and once you're not that age again, once you're not that age anymore, it's it's not going to hit as much. But like at that time, it was for me at 15. You know what I mean?
Yes, because it's like there's a song that just popped in my head while you were talking about that, and I'm gonna tell you about this song. Would make absolutely no sense now. And it would be like the stupidest fucking song now. But at the time it came out at the perfect fucking time. You wanna know what song that is?
What's that?
You and Me, Baby, Ain't Nothing But Mammals. Like, let's do it like they do on the Discovery Channel. Like, that song came out at the perfect time for that. What's it called? The Bad Touch?
Yeah.
Yeah. That song, it could not have come out before or after when it actually did.
Right. Because they wouldn't even get the whole Discovery. Well, they might. I don't know. But at that time, there was a lot of...
Discovery Channel is basically Aliens did it. Aliens did it, the channel now. Like, it's... Aliens are responsible for our civilization now. That's pretty much what the Discovery Channel is right now.
We ain't nothing but mammals, and they're like, so let's do it like as if aliens did it?
Yeah. So
like, what does this mean?
Yeah, it doesn't work these days, but it worked exactly for the time it came out.
Yeah, that band, every now and again I get the line from one of the, I can't remember what song it is, but every now and again it just pop in my head and I have to say it, and I'll just be like, the lap dance is better when the stripper's crying. and it just,
for those who can't see me, I'm making my no face.
It's just funny.
No.
But
no. Absolutely not. No. No, sir.
Well, if I can talk, podcasting. That's a big part of podcasting is knowing how to talk, right? So yeah, we can go and get into some community questions here, which we kind of skipped over a couple after the whole, ninja come out and, status.
You mean the My Porcupine conversation?
Yeah. Yeah. So, Mach 20 asked, will Sam ever admit his true feelings to Valerie and get the deed for the family farm?
I have no idea what that is. So
I don't think he does either. But he didn't, because he come back and said, okay, for real, what song would you replace on your favorite album?
my favorite album. Let's see. My favorite album. But one of my favorite albums is The Blueprint by Jay-Z. But I'm gonna have to pull this up. So you do yours, and I'm gonna have to pull that up.
Yeah, I was thinking about this, and I don't know if I could change a song on my favorite album, because for one, I don't technically have a favorite album, because when you're really into a certain thing, it's kind of hard to have a favorite, because if you're not really into music, you can be like, yeah, my favorite band is the Beatles, or whatever. But if you're really into music, you're like, I really like the Beatles, but also like this, I like this, I like this. I can't really choose a favorite. You know what I mean?
I have favorite albums in different genres.
Right. So I would say like
but all of your genres are metal. Like I have a favorite metal album.
All of my
I have a favorite death metal album. I have a favorite black metal album. I have a favorite, like, fuck out of here. And then I like NSYNC. Like, that's pretty much how your list is going to go.
I listen to a lot of different things, thank you. But anyway, I will bring up a somewhat metal album, but it won't be an album per se. It will be in a discography. That's better for me.
That's
is like
cheating.
It's not cheating, because it doesn't work.
It's cheating.
It's my favorite album. I like all the albums.
Cheating.
It's my favorite album for a reason.
Well, my second or possibly third favorite album is kind of a compilation. Is Metallica's S&M, but I can't use that because it's a compilation of a bunch of other stuff with 2 new songs. I can't use that, so I have to go to the Blueprint. Right? It only makes sense. You have to do an album. You have to.
Okay. I'll say the discography thing afterwards, because it needs to be said. But this one is, I guess you can technically say it's metal, but it's not really. But I'm going to say Deftones, the White Pony, and I would take that album and take off Back to School, like the single from the album, because it's not that it's really a bad song. It's that the album, it wasn't even supposed to be on the album. Like, and it's funny, the whole story behind it and the attitude behind the song, because they had that album without that song. That was the album. And then the studio was like, okay, none of these songs, this is a really great album as a whole, but we need a single. And Chino was pretty much like, fuck that. I can just and he took Pink Maggot, the last song off the album, and he just like took the chorus, everything about the song, and just rapped over it. And like, it was like, okay, I can just like take this song and freaking do a rap over it, and that'd be a freaking single. Fuck you. And that's pretty much that song. So it wasn't even, because they didn't want to do like a single type song. So the album flows better as a whole without that song. They should have just released that song as a single and not even included it. But it's weird, because it's a riff off of another song off the album, which was actually a pretty powerful song. So yeah. So Back to School, your pens and pencils.
Word up. I would say my song that I would take off, or I would replace on Jay-Z's The Blueprint, is All I Need. It is the only song. Well, there's some songs that have gotten played out over the time, like H to the Izzo, like that song got played out, and it could, so it could be All I Need or Jigga That Nigga, like that. Those like that goes back to the previous show, but
Jigga That Porcupine.
That sounds so ridiculous. But it's kind of a. Okay, no, it's All I Need. It's definitely All I Need. It is, I guess you would say, if I was to rank all of these in terms of the songs that I like, I don't hate it, but it would be dead last when it comes to this album by itself. So I think it will be All I Need from The Blueprint, Jay-Z.
Cool deal, man. But yeah, the discography thing, like, if I was going to take that...
You can't do it. It's cheating.
It's not for this question. I just wanted to say it. It's Earth Crisis. And I would take out of their discography the album Slither, because they were an amazing pioneer of taking hardcore punk and adding, thrash metal riffing and all that stuff to that genre, as well as their kind of very liberal, like, Earth. They were very, like, environmentalist and all that stuff, which was, cool because you didn't really see that kind of thing in, that kind of music. But Slither was take out the hardcore punk and all the, like, freaking the uniqueness of the band and just make a new metal band. And that's basically what the album is. Like, the producers, again, were like, hey, new metal is the thing. You guys should do that. So yeah, fuck the hell out of that shit, I hate it when, like, it's not that when bands get big, they start sucking, because sometimes they don't, you know what I mean? But it's when they actually just start changing the shit, not because sometimes bands change and they evolve, right? They evolve the sound. It's not, you don't want a band to sound like their first album over and over and over, but you also don't want it just to pander to some shit. Like, would you want Jay-Z to all of a sudden come out with albums and he just sounds like Lil Wayne? You want Jay-Z to sound like Jay-Z, but not Jay-Z, the blueprint over and over and over, right?
Sure.
So yeah. But that was me. I have no idea what that is. Okay, that one guy. Shout out to him because he was kind of been a follower of me, and we come back and forth on Twitter because I found him because he got retweeted by Converge because of something that he said about their new album or whatnot, and then I found out that he's really been big into anime too, and we kind of have the same tastes on music and anime, and he lives in the UK, so he joined our Discord because he's been, listening to the show and stuff. So he asked, what, in our current rotation of music, what are we looking forward to the most?
In our current rotation of music, what are we looking forward to the most? I am looking forward to more, I think more Cardi B. I've listened to the album quite a few times by now, and I know she is an outlandish personality, and like she's all over the place these days, and she is just really everything right now. Like, and I really enjoyed her album. Like, I really enjoyed her album, and I think like more. I would like to hear more features. And then, because of Coachella, more Beyonce. Because Beyonce is fucking amazing. Like, for real. And I love Beyonce. Like, I love her music. I love the fact that she just did a whole performance filled with a whole bunch of stuff that white people may not get. Mm-hmm. Because it's all built on a black college perspective. She even had, like, a marching band there. Like performing with her, and like dancers from marching bands and all of this other stuff, and like all of this stuff. And she even like created her own like fraternity / sorority for this show. You know what I'm saying? Like, she created her own, and like that and then like just as a performer, like she is phenomenal. There are some songs that she has that are just amazing, and their songs that if they come on and I'm alone, I will sing them like a broad. I definitely will, and I have no shame in that. Except for if I'm around people, I won't sing them very hard. But like for real, if Irreplaceable comes on and nobody's looking, I'm going to sing that hard, because that's my jam.
Cool deal, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you said the whole freaking metal thing, and then. Why do you have to be right sometimes? But, okay. But it's not like, I'm just going to listen to Deicide or something over and over and over, Cannibal Corpse. Yeah. It's more, I like stuff that makes me feel something. And this new Death Heaven is doing that right now, man. That new song is, like, freaking really good. And I love the video because it's basically they took an old camera and just filmed them hanging out and like skateboarding and shit, and that was the video, and it was perfect for the song. And it kind of showed, we might be playing like freaking experimental black metal, but we're just dudes that like to chill, we're not like fucking evil, Which, you know, the fucking black metal purists, fuck those dudes. They all hate Death Heaven because, you know, they don't paint themselves looking like demons and shit.
They don't worship at the altar of black metal.
Right. They sometimes show up to shows wearing polo shirts, you know, and just, you know what I mean? That they don't.
Yeah.
Isn't that the most?
It's the Red Hot Chili Peppers effect. Like, you know, Red Hot Chili Peppers would show up to a show wearing just diapers. You know what I mean? Like, they would just do stuff just for the sake of doing stuff. And that's the point of being a fucking rock star. What is the point of being a rock star? Of any kind of fucking rock star, mind you. What's the point of being a rock star if you can't say, you know what, today we're wearing fucking diapers?
Well, anyway, this new album, I'm really excited about it. I mean, I was excited about the last one.
That's the show title. Today we're wearing diapers.
Well, you might be since you're sick, you know.
Oh no, I haven't pooped in 3 days.
Okay, but anyway, but when you do,
not that anybody needed to know that, but yeah, that's true. Like, I really
drinking a milkshake, you'll go. But anyway, another thing I'm looking forward to is the second half of the Between the Buried and Me album. Like, because like the first half, it's like a double album. They released one half on like last month. They're going to release the next half in June. And it's really back to form, man. Like, I kind of fell off of them when they started getting more progressive. And it's not that I don't like progressive metal and stuff. Like, prog has always been, it's an experimental genre, but it's different than what I kind of go for with experimentation. Like, prog goes for more like math and music theory, when my kind of experimentation goes for like, you know, let's experiment with the actual sounds and stuff, not really these math. You know, not really.
More Rage Against the Machine than Rush.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Where this guy was just like, you know what? If I move this guitar right next to the speaker, I can mess with the feedback to make it sound like I'm scratching a record. That's awesome. Yeah. Let's do that.
Yeah. So yeah, that would be me. And then, yes, that was okay.
See, I understand what you're talking about. See, I understand you. I speak your language.
Yeah, like when Sonic Youth like decided to use like electric drills on their guitars and shit, and make all these freaking noises and shit. It sounded awesome, and you would have never thought that freaking using drills on a guitar would sound freaking sweet. But you would never know until you do it. You know what I mean? So
like all of the weird fucking sounds that the Through the Fire and Flames people do.
Yeah, but yeah, Mafia Thug. He wanted to know what our number one RPG game and what our number one FPS game was.
Come on, we know RPG is easy. You know what that is. I shouldn't even have to say this. I shouldn't even have to say
Secret of Mana?
I will punch you in the fucking face. I will go to North Carolina just to punch you in the face and turn around and come right the fuck back to Virginia.
You don't want to try this? I just got this today.
What's that?
Again, our freaking Dollar E juice ran out right when I ordered the shit. I thought it was going to last. So I went to the store and there's a new line called the Slushy Man, and I got hashtag Juicy Melon, and it's really fucking good.
Okay, so let's just be honest, right?
Uh-huh.
Juicy Melon sounds like a pause situation. It sounds like you want to put your mouth on someone with a fat ass. So that's number one. Second, that does actually sound pretty good. But third, I can't think about buying anything because I have 200 milliliters of fucking strawberry fucking sour belts to get through. So I don't have to buy anything anytime soon.
Right.
Even though I do need to buy some Thug Juice. Like, for real, I've been jonesing for some Thug Juice. I need to buy some.
Cool. But so what's your number one FPS?
That's also a pause situation. I just want to say that. That's a pause situation.
You're jonesing for some Thug Juice.
Jonesing for some Thug Juice. And that's an alternate title. Let me go ahead and put that down. Okay. So, my number one FPS.
Yeah.
It's Halo, but I don't know which one. Definitely not 4 or 5. I think the
3.
I would say that the apex is Reach, so we're gonna go Reach.
Cool. That's a good choice. Go ahead and just say your number one RPG, just so you can You can say it.
It's a game that I've played, the series that I've played almost 30 times. Seriously. Why would I need to explain what...
Mass Effect 2.
No. I mean, the series I've played. That's my RPG. Mass Effect, the series. I mean, let's be honest. I played the first and second one about 13 times each. I spent, 3 about 5 times, and I think I did Andromeda twice. So, I'm pretty sure that's my favorite RPG.
Cool. My favorite number one FPS for me would probably be BioShock.
Really?
It would be.
The first one?
Yes.
It kind of falls apart in the end, though.
I like the ending, but that game was right at I had just got a 360. It was pretty much one of the first the first games I ever played on the 360 were BioShock, Call of Duty 4, The Darkness, and Time Shift, and those games are still they just make me feel good inside. You know what I mean?
I mean, okay, so I will always ride for Halo, even though I don't love 4 and 5. I will always ride for Halo because Halo made me a core gamer. I wouldn't call myself hardcore, especially not now. But Halo made me a core gamer because before Halo, I was pretty much the sports gamer. Like, I would rent stuff. But for the most part, I didn't really keep a whole lot of things. I kept a whole lot of the sports games, NCAA football, Madden, all of the different football games. When all of the different companies were putting out their own versions of football games, I played them all. But getting that first taste of Halo is what made me buy an Xbox, and it really made me branch out into other things. Getting the Xbox led me to playing Knights of the Old Republic. I would have never played Knights of the Old Republic if I didn't play Halo. You know what I mean? All of these things. And then first person shooters, I played a first person shooter. I used to play Unreal.
And if it wasn't for if it wasn't for fucking KOTOR, you would have never known about Mass Effect, because you probably thought, ooh, there's a new freaking game from the guys who made KOTOR. Sweet, let's try that shit out.
No, actually, I saw some, I didn't really realize at first that they were the people that made KOTOR. I just saw Mass Effect and I thought it was a dope-ass game. Even to the point to where it was supposed to come out in August. So on the day it was originally supposed to come out, I went to the fucking store looking for that shit, and they postponed it for 2 months, and I had no idea. I went there looking for Mass Effect and I was mad as hell. I had to fucking pre-order the shit, and I don't do pre-orders.
Right.
Alternate show title.
You don't do pre-orders? Okay, number one RPG for me would be Persona 4 Golden.
Duh.
Well, it's funny that the FPSs were things will actually might be new information, but the RPGs are just for both me and you, everybody fucking knows that shit. I guess we don't have our emotions on our sleeve. We have our RPGs on our sleeve. So
pretty much. Well, I mean, with Mass Effect, those are my emotions.
Yeah. It's pretty emotional.
Mass Effect, like I said, Mass Effect 2 is the very first time I felt some real emotion playing a video game.
Right.
It's the very first time that I truly felt something playing a video game. And for all of the people who, new listeners and such, I will explain. I finished Mass Effect 2 and I lost Mordin. And losing Mordin made me ask myself, what did I do wrong? Mm-hmm. And I was really sad about, what did I do wrong to cause this to happen? It was the first time I questioned myself instead of questioning the game. And that's how I knew that game got me.
Right.
Because I questioned me. And then, that was some real shit. You know what I mean? When you question yourself about something that happens in a video game, there have been no, I don't play Final Fantasy, so when Aerith died, I didn't feel anything because I don't play Final Fantasy. You know what I mean? Spoiler alert! It's for 7. It's for 7. What are they on, 15, 16 now? Fuck it. That was Final Fantasy 7. And I don't even play Final Fantasy, and I know that shit. I ain't played a Final Fantasy since, what's it called? 2 for the Super Nintendo with Cecil in them. Uh-huh. Yeah, I ain't played a Final Fantasy since then. I played one on the Super Nintendo. It was cool for the time. Speaking of that, in preparation for my daughter being here during the summer, They have a 1-week summer camp where they teach kids her age how to make their own game in RPG Maker.
Huh.
And I'm like, that's fucking dope. That's fucking dope as shit. And I would totally fucking do that. But the timing is a little bit wrong, so I don't think we're going to actually do it.
Right. But yeah, that's kind of neat when you said that about Mass Effect, because it's funny, our number one RPGs are so different. And, you know, I mean, I'm in the Mass Effect, but you're not really in the Persona. But they're both kind of emotional games that make you question yourself and shit. So even though it's different, that is like a similar thing. So it's kind of cool. But yeah, that was all for the questions. But Blue did come back and comment about last week, which was I actually don't use the N word. I find it repulsive. Too many died, and no black person would have to be called that again. So no black person would have to be called that again. I use substitutes for humor, but the word isn't in my lexicon.
Lexicon.
Mm-hmm.
And you say he uses it for what?
He uses substitutes for humor.
For what?
For humor.
I mean, I know that about Blue, but see, here's the problem. Doing facetious every week, like, he actually, like, didn't really say very much, and he let me call him that every week.
But that's because that's just Blue. Like, it's almost like the AZ Rock Slot thing. You know, like, if I'm in a party with AZ and, you know, I'm cussing and stuff, he ain't gonna say shit. But because he's not like that, he's not gonna, like, make you change yourself, even though he don't really like it. You know what I mean? But he might, after a fact, be like, you know what, you know, whatever. But, like, he's not gonna, like, be confrontive. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because
nobody wants someone to, like, be like, if you're sitting there and be like, that's offensive, you know, you're like, get out of here, dude.
Yeah, all I really have to do, like, when it comes to that, I just switch it to dog, because I do it. I switch to dog sometimes on purpose to mess with my girlfriend, because she says that when we're in game nights and stuff like that, I call people dog very often, and I use the word very often. So I do it more when I know she's listening, just to kind of drive her crazy. And she just called me an asshole. I know you can't hear it, but yeah, I do it just to drive her crazy.
Cool, man. Yeah. Your paint channel's been that's been one of the more booming channels in the Discord.
Okay, here's the problem with the paint channel.
Okay.
So it got to a point to whereas people are just admiring it and people stop suggesting color combinations. And I'm like, well, I gotta do this once a day for a whole fucking month. I'm running out of fucking ideas here, people. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I did, the one I did when I was sick, like, I really just grabbed the first color I saw. Like, I was barely, you know, I could barely walk. Like, I was sick. So I was just like, you know what? I got these really huge things of black, white, and silver. I'm just going to grab one other color. Brown. Okay, brown it is. So I just made a fucking brown one. Because people start coming up with color combinations, so I'm kind of running out of ideas. So I'm really kind of like just playing with it right now. But like I still got another week of this, so I need y'all to come through for your boy. But that also means that I can't take a week to put this damn episode out. Shit.
Why don't you send the file to me and I actually edit the episode this time?
Because you don't know when the shit is supposed to start.
I do. It starts when you're like, yo, you know, this is sarcasm and stuff.
No, when the music cue. There's a music cue.
I can feel it out. I'm a musician, man.
No. But no, actually I thought about that. I thought about sending you the file and sending you the Audacity file, for my template.
Okay.
I thought about that, but I think...
What'd you think about the sound of the last one? Because I did throw it in, because I edited off the top and the bottom, and I put an EQ on it.
The beginning of it, it sounded like someone was, it sounded like that there was a very strong fan.
Well, yes, that But I did turn that fan, because I remember that episode, because I forgot to turn the fan off, but I did go back and turn it off. But
yeah, it didn't last through the whole show, but at the beginning of the show, it definitely is. But no, it was fine. And then, but like, bruh, next time you send me a file, send an MP3. I had to download almost a 2 gigabyte WAV file.
Well, I wanted to send you the best quality I can get, because it was like...
Well, no, I would say it helped, because all I had to do was just put it straight into the levelator, because the levelator doesn't work unless it doesn't work unless it's a wave. So every show, I have to put it in Audacity, convert it to a wave, put it in the levelator, then put it back into the template with the levelated file in order for me to put out a show.
Right.
So it did.
Because wave files are the most... They're the biggest files, but they're the most rawest. It's not going to be compressed at all. The only other ones is like FLAC, and those are smaller, but not a lot of things really play well with them.
Right.
But they are lossless as well, but it's just hard to work with.
Yeah. All right. So,
let's see what else we got on here. My buddy Jared found us on Spotify without even really looking for us.
Word.
He was like looking for some gaming podcast to listen to. He was like, oh shit, Scarcasm, that's Chase's joint. So I was like, shit, that's kind of awesome that you were actually not really looking. He was like, I mean, you guys were like dead last, but you were on there.
Yeah, fuck yeah, man. Man.
So yeah, the movie night. I set up a Scarcasm group for that rabbit thing, and I made, you probably won't dig the movie or whatnot, but I just like thought of something to try to test out the movie night, so I picked Pieces. It's a really campy horror movie from the 80s or whatnot, and created an event like that, and that's going to be through my Verve, so we can try that out and see if anybody wants to join and watch some fucking silly ass horror movie and I set that for April 23rd, so that would be a Monday night like our game nights. So
we don't have game nights because you wanted to play Doki fucking Doki.
I'll get to that in games. But yeah, move on. The Rabbit link will be rab.it/group/Scarcasm movie nights, and there's dashes between. We'll put it in the show notes, and I'll put it in Discord as well.
I'll try to remember to put it in the show notes. Sure.
Yeah, well, I'll definitely put it in the Discord because this is pretty cool. Like, this is actually better than the other things because you can freaking watch YouTube together, whatever. Like you can bring up freaking Voodoo and watch something you rent, and so because I jumped into some people's event and they were watching Akira, and I just chilled with them watching Akira for like a good 15 minutes, So that was it's really cool service. But it's Rabbit, but it's RABB.it. So that's it's pretty cool little service you got there.
Yeah, I just put it in the show notes, so it should be here.
Okay.
So,
well, before we get into games, I wanted to mention, I mentioned it to you in the thing, but when I was listening to the last episode, because Amber wanted to actually listen to the response for her question, so I saw that when I mentioned Bill Hicks, I said that he hated liberals. That's the complete opposite that I was trying to say. He hates Republicans. He's a super staunch liberal. So yeah. So if everyone was like, "Oh, he's listening to like Alex Jones or some shit," no, it's Bill Hicks is definitely not that.
Oh man, let me tell you. Have you seen the Alex Jones video where he is just going the fuck off because of all of the serious shit? Alex Jones is just going the fuck off, and he is really, really fucking upset about this serious shit. Like, why the fuck are we doing this? And he says, fuck Trump and all of this other stuff. But part of his rant, right? He says these fucking liberals. And I'm like, what the fuck did liberals do? We didn't want this guy. Like, the liberals maybe that's just an automatic response from him. But he goes, there's fucking liberals. And I'm like, wait a minute. The liberals didn't want Trump. So what are you talking about, dude? Like, why are you mad at liberals? Like, we didn't do this. Like, we didn't want this guy. We wanted Hillary.
That's just his thing when he stubs his toe and everyone's like, everyone else is, oh, I just cursed God. I mean, I shouldn't do that. And he's like, that's his thing. Yeah,
it's like that video that Obama did when his terms were getting ready to end, and he was getting ready to dunk a cookie in some milk. and the cookie was too big, and he goes, "Thanks, Obama." He says, it's like that kind of thing. Thanks, Obama, fucking jerk.
Oh, speaking of Obama, we did watch the Letterman thing, which it was really cool. It was really good. So,
I really fucking like that guy. I have not watched that. I haven't watched that, but I really like him just as a person. Like, you can critique him as a president or whatever. Like, that's your thing. You feel how you want to feel about that. But just as a dude, like, he seems like a good, grounded dude. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, and like not a whole lot of presidents of the past and current president seem very as grounded and seem like a normal person like he does.
Right. Well, at least they're like, I don't really want to get really into politics. This is more of a barbecue comment. Is that I would totally have a barbecue with Bush. I would totally have a barbecue with Romney. I'd totally have a barbecue with McCain. I wouldn't really want to have a barbecue with Trump. I'd totally have a barbecue with freaking Obama.
Okay,
like,
so here's the thing.
I don't know. Like, it just doesn't seem like they all seem like just good people. I might not agree with their politics, but Trump just seems like just not a very good person.
Okay, Trump seems like he doesn't understand like the whole barbecue thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like he seems like he just doesn't understand it. Like Obama would be the guy that'd be like, where the music at? Like, he seems like that guy. And, Bill Clinton probably is asking where the hoes at. But it wasn't until recently that I really thought that it would be that I thought that it would be a good thing to hang out with W. Because let's be honest, the whole thing with W was like, he just happened to be president for two reasons. I mean, two things about him. He happened to be president during one of the worst crises in our nation's history.
Right.
Like that had to be. And like, in his reaction to it was like, it wasn't what we would call presidential, but it was very human. Like, someone says, if you're like, I'm like, the kids are reading me a book right now, and someone says shit's popping off, and you just like, what? All right, go ahead and finish reading this book while I try to figure out what the fuck I'm gonna do next. Like that, you know what I mean? Like, people made fun of that. But like, that is a very human thing. Like, okay, let me figure out let me gather myself. Let me figure out what the fuck to do. And okay, we can move from here. So that's a very human thing. And secondly, he was never supposed to be president in the first place. Like, if you add that into everything that he was, everything that he was about, like, he was the frat boy partier of the family. Mm-hmm. And he owned the fucking baseball team. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he was not the guy that was supposed to be president. Like, didn't he own like the Texas Rangers or some shit like that?
I'm not sure.
I think, or at least he owned some of the Texas Rangers.
Maybe Walker.
Really? They said at the time when they knew Al Gore was running, they were supposed to put Jeb up against Al Gore, but Jeb and Al Gore are too much alike. They talk similarly, and so they decided to go away from that. So the fact that Jeb and Al Gore were too much alike, they had to come up with another idea. And in the fact that, and the only other idea that they had was to just go with another one of the Bushes, which was W. And, like for real, like, no one ever expected W to really do anything. But here's one good thing I will say about W. The Democrats are a bunch of pussies. 100%. Democrats are a whole bunch of pussies. So when 9/11 happened, you needed someone that was more of a cowboy in that position. You didn't need a pussy ass Democrat to deal with 9/11. You needed a fucking cowboy. You needed somebody that says, you gonna blow us up? We gonna blow your bitch ass up. That's what you needed. And even though he wasn't very presidential, he is super presidential now, especially when you get him talking about Trump. He'd be talking mad noise about Trump. But like at the time, you know, it was very obvious that you didn't need a pussy ass Democrat. Like he won fair and square. Well, kind of, you know, Florida, twice, but, but he won, and you know, that's some shit you got to deal with. And so, but like when 9/11 happened, that's when you realized that it was better to have a cowboy in office than a pussy ass Democrat.
Right.
So, and like I said, lately, W has, he gets an invite to the cookout just for all of the like shit he talks about Trump now. Like he goes in. Have you seen anything of him recently talking shit about Trump? He goes in on Trump. It's fucking glorious.
Not recently, man.
Yes. Oh, but yo, when you get a chance, look that shit up. Look up like W talking shit about Trump. It is fucking amazing. Like, cause he's spitting that real, and it's like, I see you, W, my porcupine. Like, that's, you know what I mean? Like, for real. That's, and like, he gets invited to the cookout now. If even only for one, he gets invited to at least one cookout. Because at the very least, you know that when W show up, he wants to know where the beer at.
Yeah.
And he don't want no pussy ass Budweiser. You know what I'm saying? I don't take W as a craft beer drinker.
Right.
But he don't want to deal with no pussy ass Budweiser. Like, if you ain't, like, he seemed like the type of person, he's from Texas, so, like, he probably is like, if you ain't got no Corona, I'm fucking leaving. You know what I mean?
He might deal with the Shinerbach, you know, because that's, like, hometown shit, you know?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, no pussy ass fucking Budweiser, but, like, fucking give me, I mean, like, Corona is, like, the bare minimum here.
Yeah.
Type of dude. He's like, where the beer at? Like, he show up and be like, W. He'd be like, where the beer at, yo? Like, he seems like that guy. He would be, I mean, he seems like okay, this is probably a pause moment, but okay. But he seems like a double fister.
So you want to talk about games now?
We can tell, I mean, meaning he holds two beers at the same time. Good grief.
Okay.
Okay, so we can talk about games. I've only played one. I'm meant to play some RimWorld this week. I did not get around to it due to the sickness.
Was that one Killing Floor?
Yes, but here's the thing. I've been playing on Xbox, and I've been leveling up characters. And what I do is, I'm trying to level up my Firebug and my SWAT. And I'm trying to get them to at least to 15 before I move on to another character. And I figured the best way to do that is to start a brand new character and go into endless. And it actually works out pretty well because I got levels fast. And I haven't even really played that much, but I know I think I'm a 16 SWAT, and I think I'm a 13, I think I'm a 13, Firebug now. And then I'm going to move into something that's a little bit more helpful to the team, either a support character or a healer. But
yeah, I dig the endless, man, because like it's definitely good for the game nights and stuff because we can get in there and just kind of like stay in there. You know what I mean? And not really feel like there's any. Bro. It's not that it puts us out on regular. But I mean, if we want to feel badass, we can go on regular.
I'm gonna tell you something. Xbox people don't know how to fucking play Killing Floor. Every time I play Endless, as soon as we get to wave 20, it all fucking falls apart. Every fucking time. Wave 20, it all fucking falls apart. Every bit of it. And I'm just like, what the fuck are y'all doing? But like wave 20, it all fucking falls apart, and it's a fucking pain in the ass. And then the every time we go to select maps and shit like that, it's the same 3 maps they want to do over and over again. For some reason, Xbox people love Krampus's Lair. And I'm like, why the fuck do you love this shit? This is not even the coolest fucking map. Like, it was some shit added for Christmas. Stop this shit and let's play some cool fucking maps. Let's play all of the fucking maps, you jerks. But like, they want to play the same 3 maps over and over.
I don't think it's the most fun map, but I do think it's the most unique map, and maybe that's the reason.
It's just a pain in the ass because they don't want to do none of the cool shit. Like every time I'll do like the Descent or something like that, and they just like, nah, we gonna do Krampus's Lair, and I'm like, really, motherfuckers, like we gonna do Krampus's Lair again. Like really, a fucking again, the Krampus's Lair burning fucking Paris, and I'm getting tired of fucking Zed Landing because of fucking Xbox people. Zed Landing is my favorite fucking shit. Just go to the beach, kill fucking everything. But let me tell you, these assholes don't even go to the fucking beach. They don't hang out on the beach. Who the fuck doesn't hang out on the beach in Zed Landing? Like, these Xbox people don't know how to fucking play.
It's like they're freaking going to the beach and they're just staying at the fucking hotel the whole time. Let's go to the fucking beach.
Yeah, it doesn't make any fucking sense. Then they end up getting all of the kills, and I'm just like, what the fuck's happening here? Because they're in the back areas, kind of cutting them off where they spawn. But like, no, let's all go to the same fucking place so we can kill. So all of the combined firepower of all of us can help us all out. And they're like, nope, because I'm a team player. I almost always get the most assists in a game because I ain't really there for the kills. I'm there to just raise my level and just do the thing. But yeah, the Xbox people don't know how to fucking play. But I'm going to tell you one last thing about Killing Floor. I seen the best fucking video ever. There's a guy on YouTube called, I think his name is Pathfinder.
Okay.
Pathfinder does a lot of Killing Floor, and he does a lot of, now I'm like super fucking hot. I'm sweating and shit now. Like I told you, my temperature just goes up and down all over the fucking place. But, he does a lot of Killing Floor videos, and he does a lot of stuff with mods. And he was playing with this mod today where you can play Killing Floor with bots as the rest of the team. And those bots were wrecking fucking shop. Like, you know, like they were random perks. They were all level 0, but they were just wrecking shop. He played a match with Hell on Earth. He played a Hell on Earth match, and and he only did 4 rounds, but they all got killed by Hans. And then he did the last little bit on Hans and killed Hans after they were all dead. But like they wiped out everything. Like the final level, like level 4 before the boss. Like they cleared that whole shit. He barely shot anybody, and they cleared that whole fucking shit in 6 minutes. Huh. Yeah, like it's like these bots are the truth, dog. Like there was one time when he was just like, I'm gonna see how they take down this flesh pound, and then like he went over to the area, he turned and looked away because somebody was getting swiped from behind by a clot, and he turned back and the fucking flesh pound was dead, and he was like, what the fuck just happened? So those things are fucking beast mode. I'm tempted to go back to PC so I can play with bots, so that I don't have to play with sorry ass fucking Xbox people no more.
That'd be cool, because I'll be down, because that's kind of my place to play right now is the PC. Not because I'm be like, oh, I got this PC, now I'm PC Master Race. It's because it's most convenient for me. I need to get my PlayStation out of my son's room. I was thinking about putting like a Roku stick in his room, because he's not really using it to play games that much. He's mostly using it for Netflix and freaking YouTube. So I was like, I'm just going to get you a freaking Roku stick for like $20 freaking, and then put my PlayStation back over here.
Get him a fucking 360, dog.
He's got a 360, but it doesn't have the Wi-Fi. I got a Wi-Fi stick for it, but for some reason it's not picking up anymore. I don't know if it's the stick or if it's the slot, or the USB slot. But
okay, yeah, I got one. I got one of those. I have not. I've been meaning to, but I haven't turned my 360 on in quite some time.
Well, you got a backwards compatibility, so most of the games that you really want to play on a 360 are probably backwards compatible.
Not NCAA football, not Saints Row 2, not Saints Row 1.
Well, okay, got me there. But yeah, we finished our Doki Doki live stream. We finished all that shit, so that's all over. And that was fun, man. Amber got so fucking freaked out at the end. Like, I should like get the video up. You know how you can share videos at a certain point and it starts for you at a certain point, and just let you see some of the end reactions, because it was really fun, because she was experiencing that shit for the first time and all that. So that was a good time. So we're probably going to go to something else, and I was thinking about actually doing the streams maybe change it to Saturday and Sunday so we can have our Mondays open for game nights. The only reason we had Sunday and Monday is because of Kat, because she was just coming over on Sunday and Mondays. Okay. And and that'd be game nights and occasional movie nights, But I did set up a game night for tomorrow night. I just was like, let's do this shit. And some people said, oh, I can't make it. So I mean, it might just be me and you or.
I know, but here's the thing. I don't know how tomorrow is going to go because I live right by the big NASCAR track.
Right.
And tomorrow's race day.
So you're going to be there, huh?
It's for the Busch Series.
Yeah, you going over there to rep W.
No.
I hear you.
No. I don't know. I don't know when and how I'm going to be getting home because a lot of times during race day, they change all of the lanes to go one way or the other.
Uh-huh.
So like in the mornings, they'll change all of the lanes to be going towards the racetrack. And on the way back, they change it to go the other way. So I have no idea like when or if they're going to do that because this is the Busch Series. It's not the Sprint Cup.
Uh-huh.
Apparently it's the trucks. That's what the Busch Series means. It's the trucks. But like my girl's job, they shut down for the day. Like every time it's race day, they just shut the fuck down. Like, because like no one gives a shit about storage. No one gives a shit about storage on the fucking race day. And it's going to be really difficult to get to your storage and get out of it and get home on race day. But I still got to go to work and I have no idea how I'm going to pull that off.
Right.
So depending on when I get home, I may or may not be able to join you.
well, I might just go since you're not the only one that said they couldn't make it. So I might just.
Oh, no. I want to play. I definitely want to play. And we're playing on PlayStation, right?
Yeah.
Ever since they had the update, PlayStation is my preferred place to play because the PlayStation people actually know how to fucking play.
Because they've been playing a while because everyone got it for free and everyone
exactly and it's still fucking $40 on Xbox. Like they need to add that to the fucking Game Pass,
right? Especially since they did it for free on the PlayStation.
Yeah, absolutely. So we are now at an hour. We should wrap this up, B.
We should actually. The thing I put down for music we already covered because of that one guy's question, and we can do a little bit of shout outs, man. I'm gonna go ahead and shout out, Fred Rojas and his people over there at Gaming History X because
my Porcupine Rojas, yo.
Yeah, because they got a good thing going over there. I really enjoyed that show. Him and freaking Trees. It's kind of a similar show to us, man. Like, well. At one point they were doing topics and stuff, but now it's going more freeform, and they don't even need no script, man. They're just a great little duo they got going over there. And Future
Are you calling
Monkeys,
us a great duo?
I am.
Agreed.
But Future Monkeys, I've been listening to them. They just had their 100, which is pretty cool because I really did that podcast too. They're like a lot of the podcasts, just like you. A lot of podcasts I listen to are ones that are not as topic. We got to play the newest games because half the time I don't even give a shit about the newest games. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like I find a podcast and oh man, they're talking about fucking so and so shit. They're talking about LA Noire. Like someone's playing LA Noire for the first time or some shit. That's the shit I want to listen to. Is like people that's just adults. That have lives, you know what I mean? And that's definitely, Future Monkeys, Bad Father Figures, and I'm going to shout out a specific member on Discord because he's always posting the beer and stuff. He's just a cool-ass dude. Is Agent Orange, man. He's really keeping it popping over there.
Yeah, I don't drink beer, so I can't really comment, so it kind of fucks that whole thing up for me. Like, I don't drink beer. Like, if I drink, I'm
do shots or something.
Yeah, I'm most of the time I'll drink a cinnamon roll or something like, you know what I'm saying?
Baileys? You like Baileys?
No,
creamy. Creamy.
It's cream soda with Fireball in it. Cinnamon roll.
Yeah, I know. I was doing the old Greg, but
I don't understand that, but we good.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid. but yeah. Yeah, he actually, I made him a role on Discord because that's the only way you can really get colors. So he has his own role, but it's not. It's just basically a color. He was like, "How can I make my name orange?" And I was like, "I don't think you can actually do that, but I can." So I hooked him up. His name's Orange. So his name is actually the color orange, so because of his name. So yeah, yes, and that's the only way I can do it. So yeah, feel special, dude. You got your own fucking role. But Ron Blocker has been sharing the shit out of our live shows, which is awesome. And so
Word up. That's my dude. He said we made him feel old with our 40, talking about being 40 conversation. Well, mostly that was me because I turn 40 next year. Speaking of birthdays, Latina Mafia.
yes.
Birthday was the other day and I missed it because it happened during the weekend, and because my Discord does not really work on my phone. I'm only on Discord really while I'm at work because I can just pull up the website, and most of the time when I'm here, I'm not sitting at my computer. So,
Right.
And I'll just pull up the app real quick, upload those pictures, and then go about my business. So happy belated to her. Also, happy belated birthday to Cam, man. Cam's birthday was yesterday.
Cool.
And I missed it because I was sick, and it went completely past me. I didn't see it because I spent most of yesterday in the bed. And then, and today's my cousin's birthday, but he don't listen to the show, so fuck him. I mean, I love him, but fuck him just the same.
Yeah. Yeah, so happy birthday to Cam, because that's some old school podcast listeners there, right there.
Fuck
I
yeah,
remember.
man. And Cam's a father. He's a new father now.
Cool. Shout out to dads, man.
Shout out to dads. Ooh, speaking of dads, my daughter just brought home a bad report card. You know what that means. Your boy was heated today, but we gotta wrap this up. So, man, just thank you to everybody, that's listening, everybody that shows up in the Discord. Shout out to, Chase for setting all of that stuff up, because, I mean, the whole Discord thing was your idea in the first place. And it's working out well for us. I mean, it was already there, but I never did anything with it because Discord doesn't work very well on my devices, but it's really popping. And, just thank you to all of the people who keep that popping. Thank you to Chase for keep everything moving, there. And, man, just, everybody who shows up for us in the Discord, or on the YouTube for the live shows, on the feed, all of that. Thank you for showing up for us. And I'm this close to figuring out how I'm really gonna give away these paintings. I'm like real close. I'm putting up fingers. I'm like super close. And, I'm gonna get this thing popping, and I'm gonna start selling off some of these paintings because I got mountains of them now. So stay tuned. I'm gonna start a Facebook page and try to do it from there. And shout out to Amber for the rah rah sis boom ba earlier today. I was like, I typed in where's my pom poms, but then someone called me at work, and then I never pressed send on that. So yeah. So, again, for the homie Chase, I'm Scarfinger. This is Scarcasm, and we're out of here. Peace out to the Warriors.
Later.
I like that shit, yeah, boy. Look, I'm telling you, Whoa. All right, I ain't gonna talk.